or about chapter 33, talks about the steadfast love of the Lord. It says, "Shout for joy in the Lord, O you righteous. Praise the feast of upright. Give thanks to the Lord with the lyre. Make melody to him with the harp of 10 strings. Sing to him a new song. Play skillfully on the strings with loud shouts. For the word of the Lord is upright, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves the righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the steadfast love of the Lord. But the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their hosts." So of course, when God spoke for a creation to happen, it happened. I mean, of course, it's in Genesis about creation. So whatever God spoke to happen came into existence. It happened just like that. Just that real quick. The entire universe itself, God spoke it and it came to be like that. It's pretty amazing. It says he gathers the waters of the sea as a heap. He puts the deeps in storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke, and it came to be. He commanded, and it stood firm. So wherever God speaks happens, and wherever God commands happens. The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. Let me read that again, verse 10. The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing, meaning that God will destroy nations if he has to, because of sin. He frustrates the plans of the people. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, is of course Jesus Christ, the people whom he has chosen as his heritage. The Lord looks down from heaven and sees all the children of man. From where he sits enthroned, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth. So to me, you know, this is kind of getting close to where heaven is, where heaven is, and I believe heaven is right above the earth. I mean, from what it's talking about, it seems like heaven is right above the earth, where God, is just looking over the earth. He's seeing everything that happens on the earth. Of course, I believe from what Job talks about, hell is below us in the core of the earth. So there you go. It says, let's see. So the Lord looks down from heaven, he sees all the children of man. From where he sits enthroned, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth. He who fashions the hearts of them all and observes all their deeds. The king is not saved by his great army. A warrior is not delivered by his great strength. The war horse is a false hope for salvation. Of course, a horse is killed in battle. So there you go. And by its great might, it cannot rescue. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, or who love him, on those who hope in his steadfast love, that he may deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine. It's pretty awesome there, because whenever you think about it, verse 13 says that he may deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine. Meaning, when bad times happen, God will keep his children alive, if it's his will, of course. Sometimes, they die, but sometimes God will rescue his children during bad times, especially famine. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield, for our heart is glad in him, because we trust in his holy name. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you. So 33 is about God's steadfast love, meaning that he loves his children. He will protect his children no matter what, pretty much. So it's 33 and about 34 here.